This is too dark. Hold on. What's up, people? I'm trying to get this situated. It's like dark here on this side, and I'm trying to fix it. It's hold on. Hold on, people. I'm trying. Hold on. Let me turn this off. No, that's not working. Hold on. Nope, that's not working too. Woo! What's up, people? What is happening tonight? Welcome to Titan Tuesday. Thank you for coming on. It's been a crazy Tuesday for Titan fans as we get this week started. We're going on week 4, y'all. Week 4, and it's craziness already. Let's wait to get a couple more people in here. And I want to say hello to all from EC3 in the U.S. What's up? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. As Titan fans, we got to stick together because it might get a little uglier for us, before it gets good again. So, again, thank you so much. Oh, man, I have hold on. I have a bunch of stuff. Hold on. Got Halloween stuff there. Oh, my Lord, this is there. Hold on. There you go. It's better now, okay? Sorry. My bad. I don't know why it's so dark over there. I need to put more light. Wait, hold on. Let me. Oh, my God. This is a hot mess today. Sorry, y'all. There you go. Maybe that will be a little bit better. Whew. Is that better? Yeah, a little bit. It's a little bit more brightness to this dark Tuesday we're at. Because, man, it is dark up in Tennessee, Titanland. And I'll let everyone get in. And we'll go from there. We'll talk about the Colts game. I'll just go a little bit about the Colts game because we all know what we've come here to talk about. The Brian Callahan situation, him stepping down with the play callings. And now we have Bo, who is the QB's coach. He's going to take over, not the offensive coordinator. So we have that. And, yeah, so we got some big news. We traded Jarvis Brownlee, as we know, as you heard. So you have that news as well. So it's a lot going on in Titan World, a lot going on Tuesday. I will drink my blue Gatorade like I always do every Tuesday. Try to get warmed up. Get ready for today, and it's gonna be interesting, guys. What's up, CJ? How's everything, man? How's everything in Jacksonville? Well, if you're in Tennessee, it's rough. It's rough right now for Titan fans. I think we should all kind of gather ourselves together and stick through the tough times. I mean, we've had it good. Obviously not recent years, but before. So it's gonna be ugly, y'all. It's gonna be ugly, but we gotta stick with it. We got to at least hopefully enjoy and not fight with each other. That's the only thing I don't want is Titan fans fighting each other. Because that's the last thing we need is us fighting each other. We can disagree about the team and we can be pissed off and upset with the team and how they're handling the team and what they're doing. Who knows what they're doing, But we got to stick together. Got to stick together as Titan fans, like I said. We've been through dark times before with the Tennessee Titans, and it looks like we're going down that path again. But for the most part, I just want to say, guys, thank you showing up. Thank you for Titan Tuesday. Remember, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. we're here, just ready to talk Titans, talk about our differences, talk about the Titans that make us crazy. And if you need an event, hey, this is the space to vent, y'all. There's no judgment whatsoever. Write down whatever you want, when you want. Like I said, this live stream is for you guys, because I think after today, we all need a therapy session. Matter of fact, I believe that the Tennessee Titans owe us fans a therapy session. 100%. Because, man, it's crazy. I'm pretty sure we're the only fan base that's not in one of those fans versus fans fight videos, which will be nice. Haley's in the house. Thank you for coming. Thank you. No, thank you. Like I said, thank you for coming. This is going to be maybe 30 to 40 minutes of me venting. So I apologize in advance. But, the fact that you show up means that you want to vent too. And I'm here. I'm a great listener. I'm right there with you guys. I'm frustrated too with how the team is being handled, how the team is operating. But you got to look at, some of the good. There's a lot of bad, but we're gonna try to figure it out. We're gonna try to get out of this together. There's only one way, and it's up. Just keep going like that. We'll talk about the Colts game versus the Titans. Terrible game. Cam didn't have his greatest start, but he showed some poise and showed some situations where I wanted to see how his mentality was after getting a pick six from the first series, which was nice. He still stayed in the pocket. He didn't let him shake it. Didn't get shook at all. He had his moments where he was frustrated and this and that, and unfortunately, he's a rookie. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, y'all. Okay. There's going to be situations where he's going to throw ugly passes like that, when you're just like, why did you do that? Again, there was no pressure. It was all on Cam. He accepted it. There was no pressure at all. It was a clean pocket. Just didn't see him. And I mean, like a rookie mistake. That guy eyed that ball all the way until he got to Tony Pollard. I watched the Titan Rage all day. Go for it. Yep, man. I feel like that's what's all been Twitter today. Was just pissed off, angry Titan fans wanting questions and wanting answers to questions that we might not be able to get. They might not give it to us. And I'll talk about Callahan and how he goes about explaining what happens, what happened to Jarvis Landry. Now, for the most part, I don't think so, but the very first series, I was just lying in my bed. I predicted the first 3 plays, and it ended badly. I'm not a film/scheme guy. It pissed me off. I mean, it happens, like I said, the play calling has been atrocious as of lately. That's why Callahan decided to kind of hand the reins off to Bo. Bo's been an experienced offensive coordinator with the Raiders. And from what I've read and what I've heard, he has definitely impacted and elevated the offensive play calling and offense when he took over. So, doesn't fix everything, right? There's gonna be the team itself needs a lot of fixing. The offensive line is still gonna be there. It's not gonna magically get better. The defense tackling hopefully gets better, but it's going to struggle. Play calling hopefully smooths out, and we're just looking for a spark. We're looking for a change. So I am happy that we have that, and Callahan, regardless of if the higher ups told him like, hey, you kind of need to give it to someone else. Because what he said in the press conference is that he he thought of himself. He was like, you know what, I think it's best for the team. And we're like, no shit. You know? What's up, top tier? Just venting, man. Just venting. And you go ahead, guys. If you're on the tell me what pissed you off today the most. Tell me what pissed you off the most. You know what? It's there. You know what? It's not even Titan Tuesday. It's therapy. It's therapy Tuesday for Titan fans. It's one of those. Woo! You just gotta buckle down, y'all. Buckle down. There we go. Tighten up. Buckle down. Tighten up. Whatever you have to do to make it through this week. How's this organization full of so much drama? That's a good question, my friend. You know what? It's one of those. We don't know what they're doing. I don't feel confident with this team. You know. We got Lewis up in here. What's up, man? Come crane up because Lou Man says, all right, what's up? All right, I like that energy. Okay, on a very sad Tuesday, right? Very confused Tuesday for us Titan fans, but I like it. You got to get a little bit of positivity. We got to find it somewhere, y'all, because damn, it's a long season. We're only 3 games in, okay? Some people are calling it quits. I understand, but you know what? I feel like you take it each game at a time and try to look for the best opportunities, the best moments, and hopefully Cam could succeed and get better and better, and hopefully better. You know, Top Tier says I've been following this organization since 1988. Good Lord, sir! I applaud you. You are a trooper and a scholar. And you know what? For that one, I cheers to you, my Gatorade, because that is dedication. I am melting in the garage. But yeah, guys, let's see this offense cook with this change, and that's what we're looking for, right? They're looking for some sort of spark. Something to get this team going, right? Because right now the morale is very low. The Jarvis Brownlee trade probably didn't help at all the locker room. So you have this kind of tug of war going on in the locker room now, you know? So I'm really hoping that the Titans can do something and really give just a tiny spark whatsoever. You know, a win would make this team, it would change the game. It would change the team completely. Now, don't get me wrong. I still think, I said before, this team has a lot of issue. The positive, he says, the positive is that the offensive rookies look good. I think all the rookies actually look not too bad, to be honest with you. So it was a nice, and they keep continue to grow and learn. And that's the only thing you can ask for these rookies, to be honest with you, especially the type of team we have and the way it's being dealt with. Like you just hopefully they can grow and get some games under their belt. Remember, 3 Titans have a week. Remember, 3 Titans have a week road trip. Remember, 3 Titans. Yes. So yeah, guys. Like I was saying, hopefully it's something that this team can do. Right now, let's talk a little bit about the press conference. Talk about the Colts game just a little bit. I didn't really want to harp on the Colts game. Like I said, the tackling, you know, the field goal, the delay of game, and okay, we got a venture. We got a venture out there. Let's go. This is what we're out. Titan Tuesday, Titan Therapy Tuesday. Let's see what he says. What's pissing me off right now is the hours and hours these guys spend in front of the cameras when they are playing like a high school team. Are you talking about you guys spent in front of the camera? Like, are you talking about like the Titan players with media, or you're just talking about in general? I don't know what you mean by that, but let me know. Will's in the house. What's up, Will? Hello, I'm here. I hate everything about what happened today and Sunday. Yeah, man. Welcome in, y'all. It is not Titan Tuesday. It's Therapy Tuesday. Let me know. List your complaints. List your concerns here for the Tennessee Titans as we're going to work this through together, okay? I am going to be Dr. Mr. Titan today, and Dr. Mr. Titan is going to try to help you guys out and get you guys in a better mood for the rest of the weekend. I don't know if I could, but you know what? I'm going to try. Okay, y'all? There's a lot of angry people out there, and I understand. Very frustrating to be a Titans fan, but what are you going to do? We're going to boycott? I've seen people trying to boycott. What are you doing? What are you talking about? Okay? You're still gonna watch the game. I'm going to complain about the Titans, and I'm going to still watch them Sunday, regardless of how bad this team is. You know? Let's see. He says, my profile is like me to the Titans back on Sunday. My profile is like me to the cool. Yes. So yeah, guys. Like I said, back to the Colts game. It was just a mess. Like I said, that delay of game after 2 timeouts, and then going for a 62-yard field goal after he missed a 64-yard field goal. It's hard. It's really, really hard. And we got to get that game was ugly, but we got to put that in the rearview mirror and continue. Haley says, I'm moving through the stages of grief pretty quickly. Bring on the Texans. Look, and that's what you have to do. Because remember, man, as Titan fans, we get upset and we're pissed off. But the Titan players, the coaches, they're already over. The game's done that Sunday. They're not even thinking about the game. While we sit for a week after the game, still pissed off at the game. So we got to learn how to do that, guys. We got to learn how to do that. Every game, no matter how frustrating this team is, and he's talking about, I believe, watching the game. I agree, man. Like, regardless of how much they piss me off and how upset I am, I'm still in it. Press briefings, interviews, promo videos, local appearances, etc. It adds up, but they're awful. Maybe practice more, pose less. I now I get what you're saying. So I mean, at the same time, I think they have to. Well, technically, they have to do interviews, right? Press conferences, they have to do that. Promo videos. I mean, the Titans media group, they're going to still push out content, whether they're playing bad or not. I mean, it is what it is. They can't not stop their obligations because they suck. But I get it. I mean, just don't watch it, maybe. After so much frustration, the only way out is to get mad and win. We can beat the Texans. I hope so. Even though I said I hope so. Even though I think that the Texans are a better 0-3 team than us. That's just facts. It's just maybe you guys don't want to hear it. I'm sorry, but it's true, But hopefully they can win. I feel like I'm long ways from not being emotionally attached to the Titans. I don't know. I just like making my friends laugh. Well, that's a good way to start. And you know what? Some people have that where they could detach from the game and stuff like that. I used to not be like that. I was terrible when the Titans lost. I shut down. I was pissed off. Sunday, if the Titans lost, my family knew, hey, don't talk to him. He's probably not going to talk to you. I'll just be in my room, just really upset. Now, been a Titans fan for a decade, more than a decade. I kind of get the gist of it, and I don't get too frustrated anymore. I understand it's a game at the end of the day, and it is what it is, and I can't control the outcome of on the field. So the more you know that you can't control the outcome, the less it is, man. To be honest with you, like I said, I was at the Bengals playoff game while we were the number one seed, y'all. The number one seed, freezing my cojones out and watching the Bengals win and seeing all the Bengals fans just screaming and cheering. And you know what I did, guys? Do you know what I did? I said I congratulated them. I said, "Good game, good game." There's no reason to get mad. I was angry inside. Don't get me wrong. I was probably the worst loss in Nissan Stadium ever for me would be that night. But what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? It was done. It is a wrap. The Titans didn't get it done. So, some people can take that, and some people can be very frustrated and upset. And I get it. I get it. You could feel that and be emotional. There's nothing wrong with being an emotional fan, but it is what it is, y'all. CJ says football is like a soap opera. I guess, yeah. You could say that. I'm okay with it. If that's what you feel, that's what you feel. Let's talk about the press conference, because that's, we have two topics that are pretty big. The post game of the Colts game is, like I said, it's already in the rear view mirror. Let's talk about the news that happened today when Callahan decided that it was his best interest to give Bo the reins to calling plays. Not the OC, right? But Bo. Now, I get it. Bo has been an offensive coordinator for the Raiders and has done very, very well. From what I'm told and with the stuff that I read, is that he did elevate that team. So, as a Titans fan, with all that stuff that's, you're upset with the way the game went Sunday, upset with Callahan. Looking at this, number one, you got to give it to Brian Callahan for admitting, it takes a lot to say that, hey, this is not working for us. For a head coach, says a lot, okay? And I'm not saying that, like, hey, that, I forgive him. He's good to go. I still think that he's a glaring issue and he's not compatible to lead this team. But he admit his mistake, and I'm okay with that. I said, okay. He admit his mistake. Now, I'm not okay is when he's like, oh, he's saying that, he thought of it himself, or no one pressured him, or I for some strange reason, I highly doubt that. We were thinking he needed to give the reins up the play calling since last year. So I do think someone spoke up. Maybe it was Berganzi. I don't know. They had a little sit down, come to Jesus moment and said, hey, listen, bro, this is not working. And I could easily see that as a kind of a warning, right? They could have easily been like, hey, this is not going good. We're trying to keep you. And that was maybe his saving grace, right? They're trying to keep him. The Titans obviously want Callahan, because not they would have fired him already. So I do believe they want to trust and continue to trust in Callahan. And maybe it's because the Tennessee Titans already have bad rap. Look what happened to J-Rob. Look what happened to Mike Rabel. Look what happened to Rand Carthon. And now we have kind of like, hey, they have kind of like a recurring issue where they kind of just let go of anyone. It could be GM, it could be coach, If you're not doing good, you're out. And I think they might have done something where they're like, okay, let's pump the brakes here. Let's try to help him out before we let him go. Let's try to give him another chance. And I think that's what the Tennessee Titans are doing right here. Now, what the hell is the point of having a offensive coordinator if we're gonna bypass offensive coordinator and tell our QB's coach that he's gonna be doing the plays and he's going to have some plays. And like I said, the press conference was kind of all over the place because he said Nick Colts is still going to be our offensive coordinator. Bo is going to still be our guy in the third down percentage. And then we have another gentleman that's going to be in the end zone. And he's going to – so you're saying there's like a million people that are calling the plays or helping out the plays. And again, maybe this is football knowledge. Maybe this is something I am not familiar with, but it just what is happening here? So Nick Holt and Bo gonna pick a play and then they're gonna rock, paper, scissors on who gets to call it. Like, what is that? So that's kind of messy right there. I don't like that. That just shows the lack of from an organization. So like if we were going to have people assigned, if we have people assigned to a position or then keep them there and don't try to make it, it's just a mess. And I heard this too, man. I heard that supposedly it's like a scapegoat. And I don't even think it's Nick Holtz. I think it might be Bo. So if it doesn't work with Bo, he gets the boot. I mean, if it doesn't work, does Nick get the boot? Hopefully not, because that would look dirty. That looks nasty, but you never know. So I'm not saying that theory is far, but who knows? Priorities. Titans organizations got it twisted. They did. It's kind of a mess right now, y'all. It really is, and I wish I had the confidence and be like, hey, like, don't worry, everything's gonna be all right. But I really don't know. The way they're trailing, the way they are going in that direction, it's gonna take some time. And I don't know if, like I said, Bo calling the plays is gonna help, but it is a change. Okay, positive thing. It's a change. They see that something is not going their way. They're gonna try to change it. So A+ for that. Whether it falls on their, they trip and fall, or it actually works. I mean, at least they're addressing it right now. Now we can go and talk about the Jarvis Brownlee situation, and I mean, there's reports, and hopefully, they'll talk about it tomorrow on the press conference. I said on my video earlier before, so if you haven't seen the Jarvis Brownlee video that I just posted about a couple hours ago, my reaction to it, please do me a favor after this live stream. Go ahead and check that out. But, could it be, right? Could it be that the Tennessee Titans had an issue with him? That's a possibility. And yes, I understand he was aggressive, had a lot of penalties, and didn't accept. And I think that might be something you're looking at, is that he never accepted when he did the post-game press conference, when he did the post-game interviews, and they asked him about his, what the ref saw, what do you expect when, the penalties and stuff. And he kind of just said, that's how he plays football. And, so it was just very it's kind of arrogant, hard-headed, just not like, hey, yeah, maybe I have to do better. Maybe I have to change some of my game. He was like, no, that's my game. That's how I play. And maybe the Titans saw that as a situation, we don't know what it is or what's going on in practice. That's a possibility that could have happened, right? Where he would have bumped heads and they're trying to explain to him what to do and he wasn't listening or was doing his own thing. I mean, I love him as a player. I thought he was really, really nice. to watch on the field. Really aggressive, but you needed kind of like that spark, especially in the that's type of situation that that player. But could there be more that we don't know about? Possibility. Now, do I expect Callahan to go on the presser tomorrow on live and explain what happened? Probably not. He'll probably be very vague, you know, go kind of tiptoe around it to say, you know what, it just didn't work out. We saw an opportunity to make our team better, blah, blah, blah. And then just kind of that's it. And then that's it. And we're not going to get anything else from that situation. I don't agree. I think as fans, as paying consumers, I think we should get at least something, some sort of story, because it's our money, it's our time that we're putting into these players as well. And I think it especially a player like that where he was a starting cornerback, right? In the lineup with us now. You're short. Cornerbacks thin, and you had a second-year player, right? A second-year player, and now he's gone, right? For what, a sixth-round pick? Like that's terrible. That's not good business, unless he was uncoachable. But then that's on the head coach as well. I don't know. Like I said, hopefully we find out tomorrow. If not, hey, I guess it was that big of a problem that they did not want him on the team. But I just don't think, as a team or the coaching staff, like, how do you let a player like that go? Where if he did have situations where he had problems and stuff, you can mold him, try to fix him, but you got to retain young talent, especially talented players. What's the point of letting talent go if you're not trying to build, especially young players? You get these young players that come in. I mean, now you have Roger McQuarrie. You better not let him go. You better start giving him a blank check, because if Roger goes, then what? We have no one in the backfield. Snead, yeah, he comes once in a blue moon, But you have Roger McQuarrie, nice, young, plays very well, aggressive. You have him. His stock probably skyrocketed now since the trade from Jarvis Brownlee. So I don't know, y'all. Let's see. He says Callahan has said publicly that he loves to call plays from the sidelines. So what now? We'll have an unhappy, depressed head coach. I think he's already unhappy, and I think he's probably depressed already as well. Just being 0-3 and not being able to do jack anything on offense, right? Offensive mind. CJ says, blah, 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 coach speaks. That's how it is. That's what he says, man. That's what he does, man. Chris says, today was sure an eventful day for us Titan fans. Yeah, man. I said it before. This is not Titan Tuesday. This is Titan Therapy Tuesday, y'all. Like I said, if you have any gripes, any concerns, write them down, man. I appreciate you, Chris, for coming on and just, it is a rough time. It was just one hit after another hit. Even though I do, like I said before, I do think the whole Callahan stepping down and giving the reins to someone else wasn't a bad move. It's something that for sure was way long overdue, that he needed to happen a long time. I'm glad it's happening. They're addressing change, so that's a good thing, right? But we shall see what happens with the team. I don't think this team is going to spark up and win like 6 games after this change. It's not going to be like an epiphany and we're just going to magically be better. The team's bad still, okay, y'all? The team's bad. Regardless of what happens, we might see a little bit more flow and hopefully get a little bit synced together, but the team's bad. Does Roger get traded or we can't keep him? Thoughts? I think his stock goes up, to be honest with you. I think if they're really sold on Roger McQuarrie, I think his stock goes up because of the trade and they keep him. I hope. But you know what? This team, this organization's so all over the place. No one's safe. Who's safe? Cam Ward? Other than that, I don't know. Like, did anyone think week 3 that they would trade Jarvis Brownlee to the Jets for a 6th-round pick? Good Lord. It's only week 3. God. It's crazy. So I really don't know. Like I said, I don't know how this team, how this management is thinking. As the trade deadline gets loomed closer, bad teams will get worse. Good will get better. I mean, that's the point of it, right? That's the point. We got some valuables, though. We got some valuables. I don't even know anymore about Calvin Ridley. I mean, his stock was nice in the beginning of the season. Now, I mean, who wants a 31-year-old wide receiver who can't catch the ball for the life of him? You have Jeffrey Simmons, again, has some trade value there. Arden Key is another one that's, again, trade value. He's been kind of quiet recently in recent times. Who else do you have that you could possibly trade and get something worth? Right now, nothing pops up in the top of my head, just like out of nowhere. But like those are the ones that, I mean, I kind of see that we can definitely do something with. Now, do I want them traded? No, probably not. I mean, I like Big Jeff, but some people saying that his time's up. I don't know. I'm not the one to excuse me, to say, hey, like he's done. That's not my position. Chris says something is going on in that locker room. They might address the Brownlee situation tomorrow, I hope. Well, I was saying it earlier. I think they addressed it, but they're very vague about it. I think they go around the bushes, say that, how he says, like, oh, it's in-house, so I'm going to keep it close to the chest. And he probably won't say the whole situation of what happened, just saying, it didn't work out and they saw opportunities to go out and get value from him. I think that's what they're going to do. I wish they wouldn't. As fans, I think we should get an explanation. CJ says, I forgot about him, Ridley. I told my coworker at work that he should be traded back to the Jags. The Jags don't even want him. If you remember, when we picked him up, the Jags fans were happy that he was gone. And there's a reason, y'all. Only thing I ask and pray for, don't trade Big Jeff. They might. It's a possibility. Like, anything is up for grabs now, to be honest with you. He has trade value, right? I mean, as of right now, he's probably the best player on defense. I mean, like I said, you have to look at where the value is for that player. There's going to be certain teams that are going to need a pass rusher that already are in position to make the playoffs or in position to have a backup. Not saying that Jeffrey is going to be a backup pass rusher, but you just plug him in nicely. And I mean, hey, he could go to a lot of teams. A lot of teams would like him. If Jeff gets traded outside of Cam, no one is safe. I mean, yeah, possibility. I mean, who knows what, like I said, what is happening, what they're thinking. And hopefully we find out with the Brownlee situation, if it was something that was maybe his attitude or whatnot. But other than that, guys, like, who knows what's happening here? You just got to kind of wing it and hopefully just cheer for the games. Don't take the games too serious and just enjoy the little moments where, we might get a touchdown here. The teams might look better here, stronger here. Special teams has changed for this team. Special teams has been nice this year. So that's a nice change. We're close to getting a a punt return touchdown, and it'll happen. I think it will happen if we don't get any flags. That's the only thing. But guys, it's one of those things, man. It's a rough time to be a Titans fan, but you gotta stick with them. You gotta stick with them, and the only way I said that you can make a true statement. I'm not saying you should do this, but I mean that's the only logical answer I think that I see is by not showing up in the games and hurting the Tennessee Titans in their pockets. That's the only way. If you don't show up to games, you're not giving them money. They have to respond. They have to respond. It's something that's even Anne Frank could see. So he says, so my take is you accept losing. I mean, I would love to win. I mean, but it is what it is. What do you, I don't go into the game like, oh, I hope we lose. Never, never. But I mean, we call it is what it is. Do I think they'll beat the Texans this Sunday? Probably not. Will I be cheering for the Titans? Hell yeah. And guess what? I'll be watching the game. That doesn't mean I'm not going to enjoy the game. And I'm not accepting, the loss, but it is what it is. I have no out. I can't predict. I can't determine the outcome of the game. I hope we can get better. And that's why I said this season, I picked how long do we lose before things get better? I don't know, man. It might be a rough season. I predicted when I first did the live stream, when the schedules came out, I predicted that the Titans would win 4 to 5 games. 5 games being the max, the high point. And now looking at this team right now, I might be wrong, and not in a good way. I think they lose. I think, knock on wood, I hope they win a game. But it's looking like we can seriously go 0-17. Now, if we go 0-17, that means the team has not progressed. Cam Ward has not progressed, and I don't want that. Let's get at least 1 or 2 wins to show that we are moving forward. I don't know. Alex says, I think we will win on Sunday. It's just going to buy Callahan more time. I hope you're right, Alex. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I hope we do win. I really do. I hope we win. He says, wow, I'm just saying, I mean, there's a couple games that we could possibly win, right? The Raiders, they're not good. Jags, I mean, those division games, it could be closer than usual. I mean, 0-17, blow it all up. I mean, it almost is already all blown up. I mean, just we're getting to that point where is this going? Where is this team going? It's not something people don't want to hear, and I'm sorry, but it's just my take on it, and I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope I'm wrong, and that we could somehow claw our way out and get at least a little bit momentum going into the offseason already. It's still a long season. Who knows? If we win only 1 game, I hope it's against Rabel. Yeah, that game in Nashville is going to be something. It really is. That might be – I've said it before. It's between the Houston Texans game where we might see something. If we lose, something might change. Or if we get blown out at home against Mike Rabel. Those 2 games are the ones where if you're going to do something, if Amy Adams is going to do something, if the coaching staff, if someone's going to get fired, It's those two games right there that something will happen. But I agree with you, man. I agree with you completely. I would like to win against the Patriots. You know, now it just really depends on what team shows up. If we can clean up at least a little bit of the penalties, get a groove going. Defense needs to be playing a lot better. They got to tackle. You made Daniel Jones look like Brett Favre out there. Can't have that. And then the Colts. The Colts play the Rams this week. It's kind of like a do or die. It's kind of like, hey, are they for real? It's a test for them. It's a big test for the Colts this Sunday to see if, hey, they might be legit, or it's just, hey, no, it was kind of fluke. All right, y'all. I just wanted to say I appreciate y'all coming in. It was competitive. It was competitive game last year versus it's a completely different team now. I want to say thank you guys so much for coming on. Remember, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time, Titan Tuesday, or we might switch it up to Therapy Tuesday for Titan fans. But again, thank you guys so much for coming on, giving your thoughts. I hope I see you guys next Tuesday, and hopefully we can talk about our first victory against the Texans. And I love y'all. Remember, heads up, chin up. Don't worry about it. Just take it one game at a time. And it's still a long season, y'all. It's a long season. But, hopefully we can overcome this together. All right, guys. I love you guys. Good night. Have a good one. Tighten up.